This is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of the planet of love, fashion, beauty, luxury, which is the planet Venus. As on November 11th, Venus will transit the sign of Scorpio, and it is going to be transiting in this sign till December 5th. So now guys, although first of all, we have to understand that what is happening right now in transit with Venus, because Venus, which is transiting right now in its own Mool Trikona sign Libra, which otherwise could have been seen a very good transit for Venus, but just because during this year in the Libra sign Ketu is already transiting over there, so Venus during its stay in its own sign was combust, was in the influence of Ketu as well. And as you know that the influence of Ketu on Venus always give rise to some unusual, unexplainable, esoteric kind of outcome in the matters of relationship. Now trust me guys, I do not know whether you experience this during this stay of Venus in the Libra or not, but in my own personal life I actually experienced that in the matters of my 7th house. Ever since Venus entered the Libra, so some sort of unexplainable encounters and confrontation and situations which I experienced because of Venus coming in the influence of Ketu over there. So that was the theme of Venus being in the Libra, but now very soon Venus will enter the sign of Scorpio, which will become very important for all those people who are like, if you are going through the Mahadasha or Antardasha of Venus, of Mars, or let's say for example your profession, your livelihood straight away comes in the purview of the Venus. You are a model, you are an actor, you are a graphic designer, you are an artist. And guys, see, try to understand this thing. Venus's influence in the Scorpio gives rise to a very different sort of connotation or manifestation of the art. Like Venus's influence in the Scorpio will give rise to all those people who have their interest in body piercing, gothic sort of art. But the good part is that you cannot even overlook this fact that Venus attains exaltation in another water sign only. So whatsoever looks very for some people it might look very unusual or esoteric to you, but trust me, someone who is going to have Venus strongly influencing Scorpio, these people tend to remain very loyal, very intense in their pursuit of the art, in their pursuit of the beauty. That is the only reason even in the matters of relationship, Venus and its influence in the Scorpio could make someone in a positive side very intense, very committed, very loyal, but its negative side many times also manifest in the form of being very envious, being very possessive, being very jealous. And God forbid, if you are going to betray a Scorpio Venus person, this could be a guy or this could be a girl, that person is gonna come back to you very hard. So you have to remain very watchful in all these areas. And guys, these days, like when we talk about all those businesses, whether people who are engaged in adult industry, anything to do with the casino business, liquor industry, all these businesses also comes in the purview of Venus strongly influencing the energy of Scorpio. So guys, this was just a basic attribute of the influence of Venus in the Scorpio. Now during this year it is going to be a much better transit for Venus to be in Scorpio, because first of all it is going to be receiving the most benefic aspect of the planet Jupiter. So Jupiter is going to be looking at the Scorpio sign with its 9th aspect, which is a very good sign. Second thing is that Scorpio is a sign which is being ruled by the planet Mars. So on November 13th, like Mars is already in a retrograde motion, but Mars will enter the sign of Taurus. So this will give rise to a exchange yoga, like Venus is transiting in the house of Mars and Mars will come in the house of the Venus, and they both will be looking straight at each other. So this in a way tells about they both are going to be protecting the signification of both of these houses. And guys, like it hardly matters what is your rising sign or what is your moon sign. So because Taurus is the original sign which tells about financial inflow, and Scorpio tells about unexpected windfall of gain. So because of which this is a kind of a typical yoga where we will get into the customized discussion, but a lot many signs and lagna people can expect some sort of sudden financial gains as well, and also some sort of sudden development in the matters of relationship as well. So yes guys, this was just a basic overview of the general attributes of this transit of Venus in the Scorpio sign, and now we will shift our discussion to the customized results for all the lagnas. So now guys, starting first with the Aries lagna people. So now guys, definitely in your case, although Venus is a killer, is a Maruka planet, but it has got the rulership of your finances and partnership and your public image as well, and Venus is going to be transiting in your 8th house. So now guys, this can be seen as a very good yoga, specifically for all those people who are in banking field or any of the insurance, revenue. If you are engaged in these profiles, you can definitely get benefited. The only thing is that guys, definitely this is a kind of a typical yoga which can make your emotions, your feelings very intense. Now these are the certain qualities which are, like I would say, biologically comes very naturally to all the Mars ruled people, like Aries lagna people. So over and above that, just try not to kind of scare your partner because of the intensity of your emotions in the matters of love. These are the only things which I want to say. When we talk about from the wealth or from the financial gain perspective, this is going to be a very profitable time for all the Aries lagna people, because your ascendant lord is also going to be transiting in the 2nd house, and this exchange yoga, Jupiter aspecting it. So definitely, and guys, I always say this thing, like if in your nature of work, like if you are in a 9-to-5 job where there is no scope of any additional income, then obviously it's not getting valid in your case. But if you're a kind of person who is a model, who is an actor, you are a content creator, and you're all the time looking for new clients, new acquisition of some new projects, so then definitely you are heading towards some very golden time in the matters of some good financial lucrative deals coming to you. And guys, when we talk about in the matters of the relationship, so I want to be very honest, this can give rise to some sort of deep unspoken emotions coming on the surface. So just try not to scare people around you because of the outburst of your emotions. And I would say overall it's a very good transit for the Aries lagna people in the matters of the financial gains. Moving ahead guys, now for all the Taurus lagna people. So now guys, in your case, as you can see, Venus becomes your ascendant lord. So definitely wheresoever your ascendant lord goes in the transit, somehow your focus goes in the matters of that house. So if you are a freelance person, if you are a self-employed person, if you are in business, so then definitely some very good time can be attached with this transit of Venus in your 7th house. Definitely guys, this is a kind of a transit which will definitely give you proper provision and time to work on your relationship goals. So wheresoever the commitment or the compatibility in the relationship is lacking, this transit of Venus will definitely try to reinforce all those areas. Now guys, see, this is a part of your destiny that no matter how diplomatic, how soft spoken, how charismatic you are, but you always end up in relationship with very hot headed people, because Mars has got the rulership of the house opposite to you. But Venus is a very soft planet. Now Venus do not want to resort to violence or aggression to solve any issue. So I would say that in the matters of partnership, business related dealings, and all those people who are in any case, you are a content creator, you are an artist, you are in any way you are connected with the mass media, in short, whether you are a politician, you are an actor, you are a musician. So definitely some very good time which can be which can be attached with this entry of Venus in your 7th house, because guys, it's not only the Venus which is going to be transiting in your 7th house, but also Jupiter from the 11th house is also giving aspect to it. Mars is going to be transiting in your 1st house. So all those people who are like single, awaiting for any matrimonial proposals and concerns, they can also get benefited, because as you know, as per the Hindu calendar, initially we were waiting for Lord Vishnu to wake up from his 4 4 months of sleep, and then Venus was also combust. So now everything is falling in line that if you are on a lookout, good proposals can start coming in your way. So the same thing is getting applicable whether in the matters of relationship or whether in the matters of the business dealing and business proposals as well. So overall guys, a very good time. The only concern is that with this kind of involvement and the exchange of the houses between Mars and the Venus, so they both have got the rulership of the 12th house and the 6th house as well. So for those people who are already going through concerns of the health, so there could be little bit of the vulnerability in the matter of the health, and expenses can also go high. But apart from that, specifically people who are chiefly connected with the Venusian field, being in your own business, being in the business of perfume, clothing, anything to do with the lifestyle connected entities, all those people can definitely get benefited with this entry of Venus in your 7th house. Now guys, for all the Gemini Lagna people, so guys, in your case, Venus, honestly speaking, is a very auspicious planet for you. It has got the rulership of your 5th house and the 12th house, but in transit, compared to all other Lagnas, it is actually making you a little bit prone and vulnerable, because it is going in a sensitive house, where even in the original Kal Purush Kundli, it attains debilitation in the 6th house, because Venus is a planet of enjoyment, luxury, pleasure, happiness, and you're gonna put it for doing hard work, so it's not a very good placement for it. So guys, definitely I would say that first of all, you have to refrain from lending money to anyone. In your daily work life, I would say that you have to work with a very disciplined mindset, because any of the casual approach, very pleasurable approach at work, or a very frivolous, childlike approach at work could land you in trouble. Because many times what happens is that Scorpio is a very secretive energy. So all those colleagues of yours who are pretending to be your good friend or partners in crime, they might, do backstabbing, or they might, snitch on you. So complain behind your back. So because of which, at your work front, in your daily work life, you have to remain very cautious, very careful. Now this could be whether being very disciplined with your work ethics, or whether in the form of being very respectful towards your towards the female co-workers. And guys, when we talk about people connected with the fields of art, entertainment, creativity, so I would say that this is a kind of a specific alignment and yoga, that if during this time you have to launch any product, you have to release anything, so just work very meticulously in all the details of your project, because there is going to be lot of the potential and possibilities that people will try to nitpick a lot in the work which you will be creating. And also guys, see, I do not have much good things to say specifically during this time. And also in the matters of the relationship as well, there could be some misunderstanding, like things which were hidden to you suddenly got revealed. And so this is how the whole energy is going to be manifesting for the Gemini Lagna people. The only way it is going to work out in your favor is that if during this time you have to write any competitive exam, and your ongoing dashas are running favorable, then you can actually do very good, perform very good. And also any of the concerns of if you're already working in the any foreign university, anything to do with the overseas investments and all. So if your ongoing dashas are running favorable, in the matters of the speculation, there could be some unexpected gains. But apart from that, in general, this is a time to be very watchful of your dealing with people at your work front. Now friends, for all the Cancer Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, Venus has got the rulership of your 11th house, of your networking, of your wish fulfillment, and 4th house of your domestic life, of your inner emotional happiness. And it is going to be transiting in the 5th house, which can be seen as a very good transit of Venus. Because guys, whenever we talk about the transit of Venus, specifically in the 5th house, which is the house of art, entertainment, creativity, and I always say this thing that when we talk about your charisma, the kind of energy you exude, like if you have watched that video on aura, even over there I mentioned this thing that apart from looking at the dignity of sun, moon, your ascendant lord, you have to also see the 5th house as well. So definitely Venus's presence or transit in the 5th house will accentuate all these qualities. It is definitely going to kind of glorify your personality. And if during this time you have to give any performance, you have to launch any product, you have to go on any meetings, so I would say things are gonna work out in your favor. So overall guys, specifically for the Cancer Lagna people, it's a very good time, like in all areas of your life, whether we talk about devotion, whether we talk about even for those people who are connected with the fields of speculation as well. So you guys can also remain lucky in getting some good return on all of your investments as well. So overall guys, a very good transit. Only in the matters of the academics and for the students, just try not to get distracted because of your fascination with the social media, with different apps, or getting very obsessed matters of your relationship, or getting very obsessed with your looks. So just try not to get distracted, focus more on your grades, on your education. But apart from that, in all other areas of the life, it's a very good transit for all the Cancer Lagna people. Now guys, for all the Leo Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, Venus has got the rulership of your 10th house of your professional endeavors and 3rd house of your skills, of your communication, and Venus is going to be transiting in your 4th house. So definitely guys, it's a very good transit to begin with, without even looking at the tangible aspect. Like when we talk about that feel good factor, so that is something which you will experience once Venus will enter your 4th house. Second thing is that definitely I have met many Leo Lagna people who are in the creative business, in the film business, and many Leo Lagna people also end up working in the fields of having their own clothing stores, because in your 10th house the sign of Venus falls over there. So the point which I am trying to say over here is that whether you are like in a business of luxury, of home decor, anything to do with the beautification, all those people can get benefited with this entry of Venus in your 4th house. And guys, because 4th house, which has to do with our deeper inner emotional state, Venus has got the rulership of your 10th house, of your professional endeavors. So I would say that that degree and sense of drive and motivation will definitely push you in order to accomplish your professional, your career goals. So a very good transit for all the Leo Lagna people. Now guys, for all the Virgo Lagna people, so definitely guys, in your case, Venus has got the rulership of your 9th house of luck, of fortune, and 2nd house of your finances, and Venus is going to be transiting in the 3rd house. So definitely guys, this is going to be a time when there is going to be a lot of travels. Like I would say that expenses can also go a little bit high, but you will end up encashing or taking out the best value of that. So I would say that if you will spend your money in any adventure trip, in any travel, you will get the best out of it as well, because you will actually end up having some very good time or experiencing some very good memories as well. And these days we keep on coming across many TikTokers, many content creators, social media influencers. So all these people are connected with the 3rd house only. So if you are working in these fields, so you can also get benefited. Like rather I would say that if you are always on a lookout for some new sponsorship, a new collaboration, so once Venus will enter your 3rd house, and it is going to be well aspected by the Jupiter from the 7th house of partnership, and it is going to be forming up exchange yoga with Mars in your 9th house of luck and fortune. So it's a very good time for approaching other people to collaborate or for any sponsorship, any funding. So you might end up catching some very big fish in your industry, in your sector where you are currently engaged in. So a very good time for encashing on your influence in the community and gaining out because of your communication or the support you have within the industry where you are currently operating. Now guys, when we talk about for the Libra Lagna people, so guys, in your case, Venus becomes your ascendant lord. So that means wheresoever ascendant lord goes, somehow our focus goes in the matters of that house. So this is going to be a time when you will be very much driven towards reinforcing the prospects of your financial inflow. So guys, overall, it's a very good time. Now that hardly matters whether you are in a family business, you are connected with the Venusian field, you have your own boutique, you have your own parlor, you are a fashion designer, you are a model, all those people can get benefited. But apart from that, the only cautionary sign which I am looking at right now is that it can actually or could make you little bit indulgent in the matters of the spending. Second thing is that second house also tells about your eating habits as well. So all those people who already have issues with going overboard in eating those food which is not very healthy for your body, or drinking too much of the spending in all these items needs to be avoided, because Venus can suddenly give rise to more temptation towards these things. But apart from that, guys, when we talk about your financial inflow, now this could be a consistent manner, or this could be some sudden unexpected as well, because Mars is going to be looking at it from the 8th house. So a lot many people who stand a chance for some sort of good returns on your passive income, or any of the concerns of gaining money on insurance, on any sort of royalties, so all those people can also remain lucky with this entry of Venus in your second house. And definitely, guys, second house which also tells about our speech, the way we talk. So definitely, if during this time you are in those fields where you have to give any presentation, you have to negotiate, you have to arbitrate, or you have to perform, so any of the performances given by you, delivered by you during this time will be received with much of the appreciation. That is something which can be said with this transit of Venus in your second house. Now guys, for all these Scorpio Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, Venus is going to be transiting in your first house, which can be seen as a very good sign, because guys, whichever planet transits in our first house, somehow the energy of that planet can be easily perceived in our persona, in our aura. So I would say that if you're already connected with the fields of mass media, so any of the performances, any of the speech given by you during this time will definitely be appreciated by your audience. Like, people will find you very charismatic for sure. Second thing is that, guys, because Venus in your case has got the rulership of the 12th house as well. So during this time, expenses can suddenly go high. So rather than ending up spending your money on wasteful things, if you actually want to legitimately honor the planetary transit, do some charities. It is not only going to honor the planetary transit, its energy, but also give you some very good karma, very good merit as well. And also, guys, a very good time for a lot many Scorpio Lagna people who are on a lookout for some matrimonial proposal, because this exchange of yoga taking place in your first house and the 7th house exists with Jupiter aspecting Venus in your first house. So it's a very typical yoga of some very good news in the prospects of the matrimonial alliances. And lastly, guys, definitely even for the commercial success perspective, or anything to do with the enhancement of the reputation, this transit of Venus in your first house can be seen as a very good sign. Now guys, for all the Sagittarius Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, Venus is going to be transiting in your 12th house, which is a sensitive energy, because first of all, Venus is not a very auspicious planet for you guys, and it's although its transit in the 12th house in the original Kalpurush Kundli as well is considered as very good. But again, guys, Venus in the Scorpio, that too specifically when it is not a good planet for your Lagna, this makes it more vulnerable. So I would say that if in your lifestyle there is any of the secretive, clandestine activities are involved, so it will be much advisable to refrain from that, because as you know, an auspicious planet is giving aspect to Venus in your 12th house, which is Jupiter, and Mars is giving its aspect from the 6th house, so it can land you in trouble as well. So it will be much advisable to refrain from any secretive, clandestine activity. Your attitude, your approach towards the woman have to be very, very respectful. And lastly, guys, because in your case, Venus has got the rulership of the 11th house as well, so I would say that during this time, do not blindly trust on people's word, or if you have to socialize with people, you have to sign up any contract, any agreement, so take into consideration the long-term impact of it. take into consideration all the terms and conditions before giving your final nod in any social setting, agreement related situation. That is all what I want to say for all the Sagittarius Lagna people. The only way I'm looking at this transit working out in favor is for all those people who are already working in the fields of adult industry, being a tattoo artist, or working in casinos, or anything to do with the cryptocurrencies, bitcoins. So if you are in all those underhanded engagements, then you can still get benefited. But in general, this is a kind of a sensitive, vulnerable alignment where you have to give attention towards not going overboard in your spending in those things which on surface looks very luxurious, but it's only going to burn a hole in your pocket and can also put your public image on radar as well. These are the only things which I want to say with this transit of Venus in your 12th house. Doing remedies in the form of on Fridays specifically, recitation of the Shri Suktam will become very important for you. Use perfume and offer some like specifically roses to the goddess Lakshmi, if that is possible, if you have any of the goddess temple around your place. So offering flowers or donating white things in the temple or to the needy people will become very important during this transit of Venus in your 12th house. Now guys, for all the Capricorn Lagna people, so guys, in your case, Venus has got the rulership of your 5th house and the 10th house, which in a way becomes your Yoga Karaka planet, and it's going to be transiting in the 11th house, which can be seen as a very good transit, very profitable transit of Venus for the Capricorn Lagna people. See guys, I already mentioned this thing from the past couple of weeks. I've been just saying negative things whenever it comes down to the Capricorn Lagna, but all of that is now a matter of past. You guys are already heading towards some very good time, and this transit in itself is an indication of that. So definitely guys, at your professional front, if you want to take any important decision you have been looking forward to, like you deserve some sort of promotion, some sort of raise, or you are applying for a job, applying for a new role, any of the concerns of collaboration, partnership, investment, funding, so all these ventures will actually prove to be successful. You will find success in all of these endeavors where your image and your reputation which you command in your industry will definitely help you. People will prove out to be very supporting, very helpful towards you. And also guys, for all those people who are either connected with the fields of art, entertainment, media, or anything to do with the students who have to write any important competitive exam, so I would say overall, whether in the matters of relationship, whether in the form of the professional endeavors, or even when we talk about socializing with people, having that feel good factor, so all of that will be experienced by the Capricorn Lagna people with this entry of Venus in your 11th house, where you will actually experience that harmony, that sort of bliss because of your social interactions. Now guys, for all the Aquarius Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, Venus definitely becomes the Yoga Karaka planet, and it is going to be transiting in your 10th house. Now guys, honestly speaking, it's a good transit of Venus, specifically if your occupation, your business is connected with the Venusian field. You are a fashion designer, you are an actor, you are a performing artist, you are a designer, so definitely you will get benefited for sure. It's just like that guys, 10th house transit of Venus, specifically at your work front with your female colleagues, towards your female bosses, you have to remain very, very respectful. Any of the when we say that when time is not right, even a very harmless comment or statement also go against us. So I would say that just try to remain very respectful, very careful, meticulous pertaining to your dealing with the female at the work front. And also guys, any of the concerns of travels, like pertaining to your business, if you have to undertake any travel, that will prove to be very profitable. Any of the concerns like because 4th house rulership also Venus has got in your case. So all those people who are connected with the masses, you are a politician, you are a content creator, any of the concerns of dealing in the fields of real estate, and any of the concerns of dealing in the luxury goods, high-end luxury market, so all those people will get benefited. I'm not seeing you guys vulnerable in any way. It's just like that. Just remain respectful towards the females at your work front. Guys, for all the Pisces Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, although Venus is not a very auspicious planet because it has got the rulership of your 8th house and the 3rd house, but its transit in the 9th house is generally considered as good. Like the way people say that planets being placed in the 11th house or transiting from the 11th house manifest good results. So somehow I'm also biased with the attributes of the 9th house as well. Like definitely the eligibility is that you should be very regular with your faith, with your religious austerities as well, but somehow 9th house protects. Like I've seen in the charts of, like for example, someone with a Scorpio Lagna with ascendant lord being debilitated in the 9th house, still person doing very good in all areas of his life. So guys, definitely when we talk about the transit results, so just if you have to undertake any travel, be very watchful and well prepared. Like you do not want to get stranded or get into any trouble while being on a travel, because Venus has got the rulership of the 8th house as well. But I would say that specifically this is a kind of a yoga which benefit all those people who want to inspire people with their craft. Like whether you are a motivational speaker or whatsoever work you do, like you are a freelance person, you just want to inspire people because of your craft, because of your work. So this can be a very good sign for doing those kind of work and finding a resonance or a connection with your audience. And overall guys, it's a good transit. Anything to do with the research, exploration in the matters of the joint resources as well, like if that is a central concern of your life right now, you can get benefited. And also people working in the fields of banking or teaching industry, or all those people who have to like write any important competitive exam, you are going through your PhDs or higher studies, or during this time you are awaiting any job placement related concerns. So all those people can also get benefited with this entry of Venus in your 9th house. So this is something friends which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this transit of Venus in the Scorpio sign for all the Lagnas. For further more updates and notifications on the divine signs of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.